It's Tuesday, which means it's Tuesday Tips time. Leslie is here tonight from Love Your Mental. We're going to talk about this summer's event and her biggest mental health tip. Leslie, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So Love Your Mental, it's the third year.
Yeah.
I think you've been here every year talking about it.
Yes, I have. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell us how this has grown so much in 3 years.
I honestly think the rocker community has really shared the light and the support on mental health awareness. I'm so grateful. It used to be an event for 22 vendors, and now we're at 60 this year.
Wow.
So it's grown every year. What's great is the community support. I definitely think a lot of people want to know mental health resources available locally in our city, and so they will come back every year and share it with their loved ones. Especially all the local artists and businesses, they do an amazing job too about sharing it on social media, sharing it to their loved ones, you know, getting the word out. It's been a whirlwind.
And what's the motivation behind when you began this event?
So I really wanted something for the younger me growing up. I definitely needed mental health resources when I was younger, and I didn't really have that at all. Also, social media wasn't really a big thing for me growing up. But now, hosting this event, I wanted someone in middle school or high school to be like, oh, there's an event that offers traditional and alternative mental health therapies. Let me check that out. And let me grab my friends. Like, this is kind of cool. And when you attend the event, you can get free resources from over 50 nonprofits this year at our event. And then you can also support local businesses, local artists. There's therapy dogs, there's food trucks. And so taking the stigma away from, the negative stigma away from mental health and turning it into a positive light. Kind of making it like the Rockford City Market and a fundraiser combined. And so every year it just gets bigger and better, and I'm amazed.
Yeah.
It was one thought. It was one thought that blossomed to what it is now, and I'm grateful.
And it's so cool. I also, grew up in the times, I grew up before you, I think, but in the times before social media was really, it didn't even exist.
Yeah.
But then to think about, like, if you were thinking about mental health, your only real options were school guidance counselor or talking to your parents.
Very limited.
Get a therapist or a counselor, which sounds so scary.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
And nowadays, kids can go on their phones and look up the 988 Lifeline, or they can, look on this event, go on Facebook, find my event, and then they can share it with their friends and be like, hey, let's go. Like, can we carpool? Can we do this? And then it's almost like you have your own support group.
Yeah.
And then now you can go, and then you go to the event, you see many people there, and you feel a community that supports you and is available for you whenever.
And what a great avenue for parents or adults of any fashion to kind of ease into that conversation with their teenagers and say, instead of let's have this kind of heavy conversation, at the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go do this fun thing on Sunday, July 28th? Like, what an easier way to kind of dive into that.
Absolutely. And I think what's great is it's a family-friendly event. The first 2 years, we've had every generation come, whether it's newborns and like little kids to like veterans and in their 80s and 90s, like coming to the event and supporting. I think that's been an eye-opener, but also such a blessing because there's conversations held within every single generation. Not just like Gen Z, whatever. It's every conversation, and I think it's incredible.
It really is. So $3 to get in because this is a fundraiser. So tell us about that.
So this year we are donating to the Tommy Crowell Memorial Foundation. Xavier, that is the woman behind it all. She does an amazing job with suicide prevention and awareness. She also does this thing locally where if you want to learn about mental health first aid, you can learn more about like Narcan administration and everything. And you just got to sign up with her organization. So all the proceeds this year will donate back to their organization.
Can we get tickets ahead of time?
No, I haven't thought of that yet.
In person.
But in person, we'll have volunteers set up, ready to greet you. And all you gotta do is pay the $3 entry fee and enjoy.
Sunday, July 28th from 11 to 5. So plenty of time to stop by. And your new location is 6820 Mill Road. And I know that your social media is loaded with the details for anyone who is interested in going. Before we go, your #1 mental health tip, tell us what it is.
Exercise. If you can get 30 minutes a day of just going, I mean, the weather's not really great today, but
no, not
the
today.
weather, if it permits, going outside and having the sunlight on you for at least 30 minutes, or walking your dogs. I have 2 dogs, so that's my excuse to go out.
Yeah.
Or even just doing some light yoga and just stretching. Some type of movement for at least 30 minutes is better than none, in my opinion. And so that honestly is proven to help your mental health, help your mood, and it starts you right off in the day versus like having a slow morning, you know, yoga, or just starting off strong with a walk. At least you start it.
Yeah,
that's also great.
I think that's a great one. All right, Leslie said she will stick around to play red, white, and blue trivia with me. We're gonna see how we do. We'll be right back.